The state makes sure pot you're buying from licensed providers is tested and safe. So we had some unlicensed delivery weed tested, and the results are a real bummer. Meet the chronic clown.
Make sure you see me.
The beard. Cargo 420.
I'm no second.
Exclusive delivery.
I'm no second.
And the boss. These guys are part of a bootleg marijuana business anyone can access online.
It looks like a stoner's dream.
Selling and delivering weed to anyone, anywhere.
They didn't even ask me for my ID, nothing like that. They just came up out of the blue and what's up?
And while you'd never know it, this operation is strictly off the books.
There is no such thing as a standalone, legal, licensed state delivery marijuana service in Michigan. You have to be tied to a legal dispensary.
Their pot products are unchecked, unregulated, and maybe even unsafe.
It did fail for pesticides. Bifenthrin, which is an insecticide, and then myclobutanol and paclobutrazol, which are both fungicides.
Now this is top quality marijuana. You can only sell your product to licensed dispensaries.
That's correct.
In the state of Michigan?
That's correct.
Nowhere else?
Nowhere else.
So this isn't marijuana you'll get from Bozo, the Beard, or the Boss. This is the headquarters of You Baked, a state-licensed marijuana grower and edibles producer. Bob Dodge is a businessman overseeing an operation that has dozens of grow rooms with plants in all stages of development, each plant registered with the state.
And on this, you've got all these numbers, our license number, a barcode scanner, which we have a scan gun issued to us by the state. This scan registers this plant into the state system.
The plants are carefully tended to by botanists and horticulturists. Even the irrigation is controlled down to the drop.
When a room calls for feeding, the nutrients are sent into that first tank with the RO water that mixes it, then sends it off to the tank or whatever room it's going out to, and this is programmed to feed.
And the product is top-notch. The state of Michigan ensures that. This state regulator takes random samples of each product from the buds to the bars. Candy bars, that is. You Baked has a full-time cannabis candy store in-house as well. Contrast that with a pot from this place. The name is Exclusive Delivery Services on their website, but they also go by Cargo 420 or any of these other names that they say will show up on your credit card if you order from them. And a few undercover buyers do just that.
So if you're within 3 miles, you got to spend a minimum of 35. If you're beyond that,
3 miles from where?
Oh, that's a good question, right?
At first, we didn't even know where this place was located. It's nowhere on their webpage. We watched the drivers deliver dope, or should I say, medical marijuana, even though none of our buyers ever had to show their medical marijuana cards, IDs, or anything. Sometimes our buyers didn't even use their real addresses. One guy had it delivered to a house on the next street over, some random guy's driveway. We got some interesting products, nerd ropes, moon rocks, mini Oreos, all of which I took to a lab for testing. But before I give you the results, let me show you how delivering marijuana is done the legal way. This is Sticky Ipsy, a licensed dispensary. Sticky is also licensed for delivery.
With recreational, you have to be over the age of 21. With medical, you can be over the age of 18. But with both of those, we're going to see your ID. We're going to have to verify all that stuff before we come out.
The delivery driver can only deliver to the address on your state ID. Today, Brady, the driver, is delivering to a customer named Sean, who agreed to allow us to videotape him.
So we got the delivery here. Josh has gotten it already. Talked about the manifest, our secured bag here. We've got the total for Sean of 107.66. So what I'll do now is I'll bring this to my bag. I'll put it in there. I'll lock it up, and then we'll be ready to go on our delivery. I got the bag on me. It's locked. I'm going to put it in my trunk just to make sure we are extra secure, and then we'll go on the ride.
The pot must be secured in a lockbox and in a locked compartment of the vehicle. Brady's route is tracked turn by the state.
Hello, Sean. This is Brady from Sticky Ipsy. I have your delivery for you. Could I just see your med card and ID, please?
The buyer has to sign the state manifest saying he received the delivery. Brady unlocks the box and the delivery is done at the doorstep. That's a far cry from how Cargo 420 delivers. No ID. Drivers don't even get out of their cars. Customer comes up, pays, and gets a bag of weed.
I didn't have to upload a marijuana card. I didn't have to upload an ID, nothing like that. Through the phone, they did ask me how old I was, but I mean, I could be 15 right now and say that I'm 25.
After weeks of tailing their drivers, we found the headquarters here on Brooklyn Street in Detroit's Corktown area. Cargo 420 has several drivers who come in and out all day and night, many driving cars registered to a guy named Willie Espy. Who's Willie Espy? He's the registered agent for Cargo 420 and several of the other businesses with names listed on the ordering website. Here he is in front of the business and his 2020 Corvette. Nice whip. Not a nice guy. According to the Michigan State Police, Espy's been convicted of felony drug dealing, cocaine, heroin, and other narcotics. He's also got a couple of felony gun convictions, plus embezzlement on the side. This was the only time we saw this guy, but we saw all the same workers for the 2 months we watched the place, and they were always delivering.
The black market is running rampant. It's 100 times bigger than the legal market.
Jerry Millen runs the state-licensed marijuana provisioning center, The Greenhouse. Jake Abraham is the owner of Sticky Ipsy.
We're in a business that's state regulated, like cigarettes and alcohol. Well, if I went and bought 2 cases of cigarettes and came up here and put it on a website and started delivering them to people's home, probably be arrested within 3 days.
These guys told me they each pay more than $100,000 a month to the state. Tax revenue, they're happy to contribute, but think bootleg sellers are making a mockery of the system.
All you do is pick up the phone, make an order. You can get gummies, vape pens, marijuana, flour, candy bars, all black market, untested, and it's unsafe.
I take the cannabis products we obtained from Cargo 420, aka Exclusive Delivery Services, to PSI Labs in Ann Arbor. Ben Rossman is co-owner.
Anything that's sold at a licensed, legal, regulated provisioning center, a dispensary, would first have to be tested at a lab like ours.
We didn't tell the lab where we got the products, but they knew immediately this stuff was not from a licensed provider. The lab didn't know on the website these moon rocks are advertised as containing around 50% THC. But Houston, we have a problem. The moon rocks, just 18% THC. And
For chemical residues, the sample failed spectacularly.
in fact, they tested off the charts for 2 banned fungicides. The lab results say this ganja is garbage.
I mean, they kind of look like dog turds, and then they're also full of poison.
Next up, Gorilla Glue flour, advertised to be 25 to 28% THC. The lab says it's 16%. Scientist Lev Spivak Berndorf says this pot has a banned pesticide, aka bug spray, on it, and 2 fungicides, including myclobutanil.
When it's ingested, it's considered pretty safe. But when it's burned and combusted, it breaks down into a toxic chemical, hydrogen cyanide, and so it's considered pretty bad for things that you're going to smoke.
Cyanide? Talk about a buzzkill. I also brought in some edibles. These are some Stony Patch Kids, which are obviously like the Sour Patch Kids. But I'm kind of surprised there's not like a big label all over it saying, you know, not candy.
We can start with the gummy.
Okay.
It was marketed and labeled at 500 milligrams. Came back at 37.82 milligrams.
So less than a tenth of what the advertised.
In other words, a really bad deal. Then there's this 400 milligram nerd rope. By the way, 400 milligrams would be a huge dose, not even allowed in the state, and neither is the packaging.
This is something that the state would say appeals to minors.
Heck, this looks like it was made for kids. Michigan Marijuana Regulatory Agency Executive Director Andrew Brisboe says, we need to remain vigilant in protecting children. Maybe the way Cargo 420 is protecting kids is by making sure this isn't as strong as advertised. It claims to be 400 milligrams of THC. The lab says it contains only 8 milligrams.
It's sort of advertising to be this really potent stuff, and it turns out it's, you know,
crap.
Yeah.
Everything we tested was way off, packaged unethically, or covered in banned chemicals. Time for me to take my findings to the headquarters of this bootleg blunt business. Oh, look, there's the beard in his truck. Hey, are you John?
Hell no.
While I try to get the beard to talk, showing him a photo of him and the boss. I know you know him, because there's a picture of you and him. Yeah, who are you? This guy comes out of the business to intervene.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Are you the manager of this place?
No, sir.
Well, who runs this place?
I'm not
Who's
sure.
your boss?
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, man. Even though he's wearing a cargo 420 shirt, he's gonna act dumb. So you guys deliver weed. I know you guys deliver weed.
Who deliver anything? Nobody said
Oh,
anything about anybody.
dude. Well, what do you do here?
What is it that we do where?
Here. In this
here?
building right here.
Where's here?
Right in this building.
Where's here?
Come on, man.
Y'all putting cameras in people's face with microphones. So
Well, you came out to me, man. There's cameras all over this business, so when I go to the door, I'm not surprised no one answers. They do answer inside when I call, but... hi there. It's Rob Wolchek from Fox 2. I'm standing outside your building. Could somebody come out and talk to me? Oh, you hung up on me. After about an hour, the beard realizes I'm not leaving. You guys don't have a license to do that, do you?
Talk to my lawyer.
I don't know. Who's your lawyer?
Give me your card. I'll hand your card to my lawyer.
Okay.
Talk to my lawyer.
All right. That's fine.
Okay. So we done?
Well, I'm not done. I want to talk to somebody that's in charge here. Who's in charge? Are you in charge?
I just said talk to my lawyer.
And this guy? So who's in charge?
I have no idea, sir.
Oh, come on. Goes from clown to a guy with a frown. Now, I never did hear from the Beard's lawyer or anyone else from the business. I left cards on all their vehicles and messages on their voicemail. There is a licensed cannabis company named Exclusive Ann Arbor. They are not affiliated with Exclusive Delivery Services or Cargo 420. Kilo Monica?
So, Rob, where are these illegal outlets getting their marijuana?
Well, I can tell you this much. I know where they're not getting them from. I went to the U-Baked factory, the grow house and their bakery and everything, and it is a spectacular place. It's clean, it's regulated. They have humidity testers in there. Everything is done by the book. It's incredibly impressive, but they can only sell to the licensed guys. So these unlicensed guys are probably getting the weed from these grow houses that you hear about getting busted in neighborhoods and things like that. And since they have all these fungicides on them and pesticides, you gotta wonder what the conditions are where they're growing them. If they're putting fungicide on it, obviously there's mold or something in the garage where it's growing. So I don't know exactly where they're getting them from, but they're not getting them from the legit places.
And Rob, you also have to wonder why the cops haven't busted these illegal delivery operations so far.
Well, hopefully this story will shed some light on this and let the Attorney General and some of the other law enforcement people see what's going on, because, you know, it's kind of dangerous and it's breaking the rules, and it's certainly unfair to licensed, regulated places that are really doing a good job of selling quality marijuana.
Yeah, eye-opening for so many people out there.
Yeah, and paying a lot of taxes, you know, helping out the state.